I feel like we know everybody.
Yeah.
But we don't know everybody. But we know a lot of really cool people.
Yeah.
Very smart people.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm distracted. Joey keeps messaging me
What?
from Prohibition. He keeps wanting to hear Billy Joel. He's like the biggest Billy Joel fan in the world. I told him we don't normally play that.
Right.
But, there's Prohibition. You know how Joey is.
Well,
Maybe we stick around.
I am doing a Tanka speakeasy right now.
No. All right, so I guess we owe him.
I guess we'll do it. Yeah.
All right,
we'll do that in a minute.
Coming up.
Right now, we got to talk to one of those super, super smart people. That would be Mindy Wuenschell, North Guide Solutions. What up?
Hey, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Doing great, babe. How are you?
Got my morning coffee, ready to rock.
Establishing standards for, shows going forward, and I know you guys kind of are brainstorming on some ideas on that, right, Mindy?
Yeah, we actually, we've been working with Mark Bird from Vapors Carnival for a little bit now because, as you know, I know that they're really very forward about trying to keep everybody on the line and up to standards. And so we were already kind of developing an event program, but with everything that happened this weekend, we feel like there's got to be better standards that are set. And the problem is that with the warnings when they came out with the August 10th deadline, you have the label warnings, and it makes a little more sense because at the end of the day, a label is a label.
Right.
And with the advertising, it can get a little convoluted, and it's hard to really decide what classifies the warning, for an advertisement. And it really, because, the most stringent of people would say, it has to be on your shirts. Does it have to be on your hat?
Right.
Your wristbands?
The differentiating between, I guess, what an advertisement is, like the brand versus your product.
Right. Does the company name need a warning on it? Or, if you're just listing a name, how far does this go? How far down the rabbit hole are we,
Yeah, the worst part is that there's not a real answer for that. Right. And you can ask the FDA and you can talk to them and everything, and I feel like it's still not even really clear on their side because, as you guys were talking about on the radio, I've talked to a lot of intelligent people about this too, and everybody seems to have a different opinion.
Right.
Of
it makes
it
really hard to
be.
Answer someone and feel confident about the answer that you're giving them when you have professionals, giving you different opinions and not really having that set this is the rule, this is the standard.
Right, like the one that really jumps out to me.
Exactly.
Obviously, other issues aside, one that gets me is, okay, if we're inside a vape show that is a private event, a ticketed event, an 18 or whatever the legal tobacco age is in that area, and up event,
and there's a warning on the ticket,
and there's a warning on the ticket, warning at the doors. Inside that event, do you then need warnings on every single trade display? Every single thing,
if they're coming into a private event, knowing that's what, it's like in a football game or something.
I think a misconception, though, one misconception, the way that you're saying it, is that the nicotine warning isn't for people who are underage. The nicotine warning is there for everybody.
Right.
Because
we're just saying it's an event that doesn't allow underage people in at all.
Right, but it's an event that people go into knowing that this is a vape convention. Whereas, obviously, if you set up your trade show display at the corner grocery store out in the parking lot, obviously you would need those warnings all over the place.
Yeah. And, the thing that I really think it's going to come down to is that, because in my opinion, it's like if you have just your brand on there, Monica and I have talked about it, if it's just your brand, I don't feel like it would apply. But if you have your brand and then you have pictures of your bottles,
then it would.
Then you're displaying your product.
Because it shows the product, right.
But I think that it's just eventually going to have to be an industry standard where it's just, on there because, going through those processes of whether it belongs or doesn't, you're always going to get lashback from everybody else in the industry because everybody has an opinion about it.
Right. Sure.
I would rather side on the side of safe than sorry. Right.
Exactly. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So, we really want to set up a program and working directly with the event coordinators and who are hosting these events and, establish a policy, put it on the vendor applications. We would go through and we would review all of the advertisements and banners and everything they're bringing.
Before they even get to town, right?
Yeah, like before they come in, as soon as they put in with their vendor application that they submit, they would submit, pictures of their banners, of their product cards, anything that they're bringing like that. And then that would be reviewed, and they get the okay. You create an employee training program because according to the FDA, the people working your event that are checking the IDs, they need to be properly trained to check IDs.
Right.
And to deny sales and have that documentation for that. And then the day of the event, we would conduct a compliance check and go through, as everybody's setting up for the event, make sure that everything that they brought is reflective of what they submitted. And then, as you guys mentioned before, have something in your contract stating that, if something isn't compliant or isn't reflecting the submission that you made saying that, this is what we're bringing, then you have the right to either ask them to remove it, or if they don't want to remove it, that you could remove them from the event. But having that standard set in place will keep a lot of that from happening, I'm hoping, and open the communication between the vendors and the event coordinators and, have that discussion ahead of time.
Right. Yeah, exactly. See, this is what I like, finding solutions to problems instead of just, it's like I said the other day, it's easy for me to sit back Monday morning and go, you know what, Tom Brady really should have rolled to the left because that guy was coming off the right end and there's no way he could have got, that's easy for me to do. It's difficult for me to actually be Tom Brady and do what I'm telling him to, and see that in real time and know what to do. So and I think this would save a lot of problems.
Definitely.
And I think this is, probably the type of stuff you guys are going to talk about at the Vapor Quality Summit that you have coming up in October. I'm sure this is the type of thing that will definitely get discussed.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that what was great about the advocacy panel at NVE was they kept talking about documentation. Right. And I was like, oh, these are my people. That's exactly what we're going to be going over.
Paperwork nerds.
Exactly. People, I don't think they understand. I think some people don't understand the importance of documenting everything. I mean, even when it comes to something as small as your state licensing, they ask you to keep records for up to 5 years.
Right.
And, having a documentation department, having a quality control department, all of that stuff's really important, and it plays into your overall product and you being a responsible manufacturer or just a responsible business owner.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely. And I think that as this industry, grows and becomes, more professional, and when I say that, I don't mean just like suits and ties. I mean, it is, Spencer's in the mall is a professional company, but they sell rubber turds. So, I mean, I'm not saying you got to take all the fun out of it, but I'm just saying that there are business practices that we have to work on and as we mature as an industry to make it, not less fun, but more professional, and I think there is a balance that can be had.
The point for us for the Vapor Quality Summit is really to create a safe space for people to learn because, it's not coming in and going like, oh, you don't batch or, oh, you don't do this. Right. You don't do your document control. You don't test your product. Right. It's really like a safe space for you to come in and ask those questions to the people that are sitting here all nerdy behind the computer, excited to tell you about testing and excited to tell you about how to document. I would love to audit your facility. That sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Now, that's coming up October 13th and 14th out in Ontario, California.
Correct.
So this is definitely a spot that people need to be at. If you own an e-liquid company, you're a manufacturer of some sort. This is
Save yourself
exactly
the headache later on. Go to this.
Yeah, this is not a vape show. This is a seminar where you're really going to get education, get the latest data from the experts,
and a great list of people there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be great. We have Broughton Laboratories coming, Cardinal Chemrisk, Keller and Heckman. We got a bunch of people, and the best part about it is that you're going to be able to ask questions and get direct feedback from these industry leaders, and that in itself is pretty priceless. 2 whole days of practically consulting, with everybody.
Oh, exactly. Joy.
So how does somebody get set up to attend that?
You can go to ngsint.com, which is our website, or you could go through the vaporqualitysummit.com.
There you go.
There you go.
Easy.
Yeah,
VaporQualitySummit.com.
It's definitely worth it. If you're a manufacturer or you're in this industry, you should go just to make sure. But your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. You don't want to walk and be blindsided by something that maybe you didn't catch. Maybe it always is better when somebody else puts another set of eyes on it. Pablo and I do it to each other all the time.
Exactly. Isn't that the worst feeling when you think you've got all your eyes dotted,
all right, and you're like, no, we're good.
And there's that one.
And you get to the show, and you're not good.
You're like, God. We missed that one thing.
Right.
Darn it.
Right. Exactly. And that's what this can help prevent from happening and save you a lot more money on the long run.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend
It's definitely worth the investment.
Yeah, you need to go. It's very important.
Very cool. All right, well, VaporQualitySummit.com. Mindy, we're looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys out at the shows, too. And hopefully we can get this program up and running and get it, kind of dot the I's and cross the T's on that and make that a standard within all shows throughout the industry.
Yeah, get your marketing materials checked out before you get them out there. They'll get in touch with them. They'll be happy to look those over for you and make sure that you're looking compliant and good. So that's something we need, and I'm very happy to see this being a part of shows going forward. So good deal.
All right, thanks, Mindy.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.